a specific label for blues music?
Yes.
Why? You're an. Is it your ideal, or is it just because of the business?
I was working with a man named Luther Allison.
Yes.
I was very young. I promoted concerts in my hometown when I was 20.
What do you mean with was very young?
Well, 20 years old is when I started. Did my first Luther Allison concert I promoted, and he's the one who is responsible for me leaving my hometown and leaving the country and going the route of getting into the music business. And Roof Records was really founded for Luther Allison. I was his tour promoter at the time, you know, in the late 80s. I was his European agent. I came here to Belgium and a lot of countries, but we couldn't find a record label, so we had to start one. That was really the story.
You are located in Europe. Isn't that?
The headquarters is in Germany, but our biggest market is obviously the United States.
Is it the
biggest
ideal
market for us.
location? Blues in Europe.
Well, we have an office in New Jersey. You know, we have an office in the States as well. So we own both sides. And I think blues is good everywhere in Europe. Europe, United States. Yeah.
You are sure that you have enough talented blues musicians in Europe?
Well, Roof Records basically has American, British artists on the label. We very rarely have European talent. I work with the European Blues Union, but that's my volunteer job.
Yeah, okay.
Where we promote and help European blues. We put on the European Blues Awards, the Blues Challenge. But on Roof Records, you mainly find American and English artists.
You have some names for the future that you think that are the guys that are going to do it?
Actually, Roof,
in new names?
Roof does have a lot of young artists and a lot of girl guitar players. As you might know, Joanne Shaw Taylor, Samantha Fish.
Yes.
Really, that's like two very emerging talents that do very well. And then Ollie Brown, who's a young guy from England. And 10, 15 years ago, we started Ainsley Lister. When he was very young, he did his first records on Roof, and which we are very proud of. And we have this new guy from Nashville named Bob Walker.
They come to you, or you contact them, or?
For young blues rock artists, there's not many places to go. There's not many labels and companies that develop talent and really invest.
I think Roof is.
So there's not many places to go. So they come to us, and there's only so many artists I can, handle and work with the company. So there's not many spots opening.
Are there limits to make a contract, or do you say yes? I have to listen to him, or I must be sure that he is a good musician.
No, they have to all be live performers. All our artists work. Only when our artists work, we can sell records. That's why we are involved in the touring. We do the Blues Caravan tour to support young artists. All these things. We are very active in the live field to get our artists to work, and then increase their profile so they can sell records one day.
You always participate yourself in the procedure to select someone?
I basically select everything, yes.
Yes. You hear or you see?
But we are very full, and there's always artists that bring other artists in and recommend somebody, but I cannot work with more than 12 artists at a time.
Okay.
And I'm now with the Royal Southern Brotherhood here, and that was a 4-artist signing. Royal Southern Brotherhood, Cyril Neville, Mike Zito, and Devon Allman. That's 4 artists right there.
So you go off.
And we have our young artists, and we have the Spin Doctors that we just signed, and so we are very, very busy right now.
So you often go yourself to festivals.
But we love working,
You often go yourself to festivals.
Yes, that's where I started, was the live gig, and that's where I always will be.
It's your first
selling
time here?
Records around the live gigs.
It's your first time here in Peer?
It's actually my second time, but it's many, many years ago that I've been in Peer. It's probably 15 years ago.
Can you compare Peer with some other festivals?
Honestly, Peer is one of the greatest rhythm and blues festivals in the world. There's one really great one in Australia, there's really one great one in Belgium, there's a great one in Norway, You know, the Nordhorn Festival,
Yeah.
they have a few really good ones in the United States, but Peer is definitely in the top 10 of the really great blues festivals. in
When
the
you
world.
when you go back in time, are there changes in between now and let's say 5 or 10 years ago in the festivals?
You know, I'm not so much a guy that's looking back. I'm more a guy that's looking forward to the future and future changes. You know, but Peer has always been great, and to me, it still is great.
But
So I don't know if they're.
you must be a lucky guy with with two bands on the program today.
This year I lucked out, I have to say.
Yes,
I
Mr.
have
Mike-
two acts
Mike
here
Zito
tonight,
and-
two. Mike Zito and the Royal Southern Brotherhood.
He was
That's a
very
very good-
very early on the program today, but I think he must be
I think he
a
did a
satisfied
great
guy.
show.
Yeah,
People liked him,
he
yeah.
did a great show. Yes.
He really digs in for real, you know. He's for real, the real deal, and I'm looking forward to the Royal Southern Brotherhood.
Okay.
I hope you'll like them.
Next show is the Southern Brotherhood. What do they expect from us as public?
To get into their thing and become part of the Royal Brotherhood family.
Okay, that
Why
are my
not?
questions.
That'll be a good one.
I hope that it will be a great show.
Yeah,
I'm sure about
me
that.
too. Thank you.